So it looks like we are live. It is Friday afternoon. Thank you so much to everyone for being here. I see that our participants are growing. I'd love to know where everyone is watching today from. I am Melanie McShane, part of the WomanUP team at California Association of Realtors, and this is WaveMaker Takeover Friday. You get to meet some of the amazing women who are helping us with the WomanUP retreat for 2023. And no doubt you know them because they are all amazing women in the industry. But if you don't know them, we want to give you this opportunity to get to know them a little bit better. But we're going to start with a little bit of a reminder about our retreat. Thank you so much. If those beautiful visuals have not already sold you, this is just your reminder to please get your ticket now. I did want to encourage you. I have been able to stay at the hotel, the Seabird Resort. It is an amazingly beautiful resort. It is literally steps from the beach. We are closer to the beach than I think we've ever been. It is absolutely incredible. Service is wonderful. Food is wonderful. Beautiful location. And the retreat itself that we are planning, every day, this team is really working hard to bring you something incredibly special. I know that everyone that's been before has had an amazing experience, but this year, I think we're taking it to a new level. We really, really want this to be just a life-changing event for you. So one thing I want to highlight, I think you've probably all seen that we're bringing Jen Brancini and her daughter back. They were at one of our events several years ago. Her daughter's grown up, and Jen Brancini has made some big changes in her life as well. She's now the CAR president. And so listening to that journey, I think, is going to be an amazing recap to see and hear the update over the last 5 years. And then I also wanted to highlight another special thing that we're doing this year. We're doing some WomanUP wisdom talks. And so we'll be announcing that Melissa Sophia, who you may remember from last year, and also Rhonda Calipio, they will both be doing some of our WomanUP wisdom talks. We're going to have 3 of these throughout the 2 days that we're together, and they will just bring you amazing content. They're going to have about 300 seconds to inspire us and to teach us. So we're super excited to have that information coming to you. And so again, I would encourage you, I am WomanUP. Get your tickets now. We have a room block at the Seabird Resort. That room block does expire on May 11th. So I would really encourage you to get your tickets now, make your hotel reservation right away before that room block does expire. This is going to be prime summer season. And so, you know, I know a lot of schools are getting out, and before these hotels get booked up, make sure you have your reservation. So with that being said, I want to turn it over and have all of these amazing women introduce themselves. Stacy?
Well, hello. I mean, I am so excited about the upcoming event. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am. Steps from the beach, ladies. Hi, everybody. Stacey Soleil. A little bit about me. I am a tech enthusiast and community builder inside of the real estate industry. I do have the pleasure of being head of community with Follow Up Boss, which is a favorite tool many of you real estate agents are using to leverage inside your business. We are proud sponsors of WomanUP. Thank you for having us. And just very excited to be able to share, collaborate, and most of all, learn from all of you. So thank you for having me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stacy. Pam.
Hello, ladies. So happy to be here and so excited for the retreat. I just know it's going to be amazing. I can feel it already. And I'm Pam Blair. I'm a broker and founder of Yoga Bug Real Estate. It's a Portland indie brokerage, and we weave together excellence in real estate concierge services with holistic mindful living. I've been in the business about 18 years. I'm also a yoga teacher and have had the incredible honor of leading yoga at the WomanUP retreats in the past. So I'm very much looking forward to that this year.
And we did make sure that we have an ocean view on a pool deck for yoga, because we know that that is a fan favorite. And thank you so much, Pam, for leading us in those beautiful ways to start our day.
Oh my God, my pleasure.
Kathy.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Kathy Sharit from San Francisco, California, and I am so amazed. I looked at our roster, or at least our demographics of who we have on the call. We're from Napa, Pomona, Marin, Sioux City, Iowa, Houston, Texas. I mean, we are womaning up. We're coming together. Many years ago, I've been in real estate for 25 years, and when I started, within 3 months, I was part of WCR, and I learned that we are a community of real estate professionals, and that has been embedded to my real estate DNA, to be a community of real estate professionals who grow personally and professionally simultaneously. And that's what I love about WomanUP. I've been a part of this now for 3 years. Last year, I was fortunate enough to be on a panel with Leslie Appleton Young. Maybe it was post-COVID, maybe it was the weather, maybe it was Southern California, but the coming together of women and a desire to up the game and bring more of themselves into their profession as well as into their world. It's an amazing thing to be a part of. And I'm so grateful to be a part of WomanUP as a WaveMaker this year. Thank you.
We're so honored to have you, Kathy. Donnell.
Hi, I'm Danielle Default. I'm on the Central Coast of California in Paso Robles, wine country. If anybody wants to come and visit, I have some great wineries to share with you. I work at A-List Properties. And this year has been a busy year. 2023, first vice president for Women's Council California. I'm serving as local president for North San Luis Obispo Association Realtors, and I'm also assistant regional chair. So in between that and being a WaveMaker, there is a lot going on. I can't wait to see everybody in person, walk on the beach, have tea, do yoga. If you haven't had a chance or opportunity to do a yoga class with Pam, I'm telling you, it's a good way to start our day, connect, and get some stretches. And I just recently started using Follow Up Boss, Stacy, and I am loving it.
Wonderful. I love the red threads. And when you just read through that list, or when you just shared with us all of the different things that you're doing this year, Danielle, you absolutely lit up when you mentioned that you are a WaveMaker. So I'm not going to say that that's your favorite role, but your face kind of did tell me that. So now we're going to turn and ask you guys a couple of super easy questions, I promise. So Pam, what inspired you to join the WomanUP community and then apply to be a WaveMaker? Because you've been coming for a little while and you've been involved. So what inspired you to join the community and then apply to be a WaveMaker?
Yeah. So in 2019, I was invited to be a speaker, which was an amazing opportunity. And I was invited to be a speaker. And at that time, I didn't own my own brokerage, but I was branded as Yoga Bug. And the opportunity was to speak on authentic branding. And that moment inspired me to open my own brokerage. So within 12 days, I had 12 days before I was on the stage, I decided to open up Yoga Bug Real Estate, and I got up on the stage as the broker and owner of my own company. And the amount of support that came to me after that it was overwhelming is what it was. It was like wave after wave after wave until I left that conference, and it changed me, and it changed my life, and it changed my business. So it's, anything I can give back to this community, any way that I can share it with other people, I'm all in. That's why I'm a WaveMaker.
That is truly amazing. And we hear that when we send out our surveys every year. It's the connections that are made. It is the lives that are truly changed. Kathy, what about you? What inspired you to join the WomanUP community and to become a WaveMaker this year?
Well, in 2019, if everybody remembers that was back when free floating people and everybody ran the world. And then it got shut down in 2020, and I was asked to be a part of the board of directors in San Francisco Association. So I ran. And the reason I say that is because I knew, I did the math. I said, when we come out of this, we're going to be different. We're going to be different. And I found ways of connecting. So I actually became a part of WomanUP when we were doing the virtual retreats. And I felt at home then. So when I got to my first live one in Huntington Beach, I felt like I'd come alive. There was this sense of community, and it was all leading up to it. I think we thirst for connection and community. And when we find that in one another on the most highest level of honesty, it changes a person. And I'll tell this story real quick. I was staying in the hotel, and I met this young woman coming out of her hotel room, and she was very timid. And I said, "Is this your first one?" And she goes, "Yes, I've only had my license for 3 months." And I said, "Oh, I'm so glad you came here. How wonderful that you would come here." I asked her if she knew anybody. She said no. She sat in the lobby by herself for the first time. I said, "Would you like to join us?" She said, "No, I'm fine." Within a day and a half, she had met a mentor. She was part of a group. She was dancing on the balcony. And I thought to myself, if that's what we do for one another, bring the very best of us out with the best of us. Just imagine as we grow and get bigger. It was amazing watching that and seeing how that happened. So I knew it wasn't all my imagination. I knew that what we have is real, and it's worth talking about. So that's why I'm here.
I love that story, Kathy. That is amazing. I think one of my favorite stories that came out of last year and is transitioning into this year is, as you know, we've offered scholarships through the through CAR's Education Foundation. And last year we had a young woman who was a scholarship recipient, and Fatima on our team worked really hard to pair our scholarship recipients with our WaveMakers last year and build that connection and give a little bit of mentorship and direction. And apparently it worked out so well that one of our scholarship recipients is a WaveMaker this year. So that's one of our heartwarming stories that we can share. Danielle, what inspired you? Tell us your story.
Like Kathy, my first event was a virtual event. And even in the virtual event, and that was in a world where everything was on Zoom and everyone was disconnected a little bit. But through the virtual event, you felt that connection. And my first in-person was last year when we were in Huntington Beach, and the energy, the rawness, the connections, the conversation. But I think it's really everyone is like the rawness and like showing up for who they are and that true authentic connection. No one's trying to get anywhere or do anything, or everybody's at the same level and wanting to share their experience. And that in itself is unique.
Absolutely. And Stacy, tell us about what inspired you to join the WomanUP community. You are one of our biggest proponents. I know that you are constantly sharing WomanUP, and you seem to be everywhere. So tell us what inspired you to apply to be a WaveMaker.
I'm probably a lot like a lot of people who might be watching this video, whether it's a replay or live, for the longest time, I was just a looky-loo. I was looking in on all of the posts, all the videos, and I was just soaking it in. I didn't feel ready to stand up and have a voice because honestly, the women that I was looking at, I was just blown away by. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to soak up as much wisdom as I can from this community. And one day, I'll be brave enough to kind of stand up and have a voice here. And it was through the pandemic, truly, that I think it was a chance to, for those of us that maybe didn't feel like you just wanted to just jump right in, the pandemic offered sort of a nice soft landing because those virtual summits that were happening, and we did a lot of live streams and a lot of community building. And so for me, I found my voice during that time. And I remember reaching out to Deborah Trapin and I said, what can I do? I just want to help. I mean, this community is amazing and I'd love to be able to give back in any way I can. And so I just haven't stopped since then. But it's exciting to see how this program continues to just ramp up, and you just see more and more women coming together. And listen, one of the things I'm most proud about, and this is for all of you that are doing the work behind the scenes every day through this initiative, how truly diverse this community is. When you come to our events, I don't care what background you are from, what your abilities, your faith, whatever the case may be, it is truly a beautiful blend of professionals inside our industry, and that inspires me. So you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Stacy. And I see that we have Noemi Uribe is here for her first virtual meeting. So if we can all say hello to Noemi. Thank you for being here. Super excited to have new people join our community. We hope that you find that we are a family and a very open and welcoming community. So I'm going to ask another question. I'm going to start with Kathy this time. And what is one of your favorite pieces of advice you heard from a WomanUP speaker?
I don't mean to not address it specifically, but I will say what I walked away with specifically is the limitlessness of this industry. And when I saw the adversity that a lot of the speakers spoke to and the overcoming of the adversity as a natural flow of their energy, their desire, how they single parents or overcame the whole Folgers coffee can story. I mean, so what I walked away with, the single thing I walked away with is we have no limits in real estate other than what we put on ourselves. But the glass ceiling that needs to be broke by women in real estate is the one that we have of our old limiting belief systems. And watching and see how each one of us break that ceiling in our own lives and then share about it, give us the ability of realizing that anything is possible if that's what we choose to do. And so I would say the one takeaway is the sense of how the impossible becomes possible and probable through the networking and through coming together and sharing stories and strength with one another. That's really, when I went and asked my company to be a contributor and to be a sponsor, and I gave them a compelling reason as to why they should do this, and they wrote the check, it had everything to do with unleashing the possibility that each one of the women who want to be a leader in their own business can bring to the table. It's real. It's real. So
thank you, Kathy. The sponsorship is very much appreciated. We very much appreciate that, and the feeling that you took away, I think, is absolutely amazing. And we do hear. And I just wanted, before I go on and ask Donnell, I wanted to share that the way our speakers come to us is through our community. I just want to let you know that if you have a story to share, we want to hear it. And you may be the inspiration that somebody else needs to hear. So don't think that your story isn't important. We have our Share Your Story initiative, And we encourage everyone to share your story. And you never know if it's going to be you that's going to be up on that stage next year. I think one of the things that I've found truly amazing is that speakers that speak first on our stage often find their way to other stages and go on and grow and share their story elsewhere. And it can completely elevate your business. So I'm not saying that you're going to outgrow our community, because we're going to love you forever. But if you are interested in sharing your story, we'd love to hear it. And all of our speakers are coming out of our community. It's who you're asking for. It's the stories that you want to hear. So Danielle, tell us, what was one of your favorite pieces of advice?
So one of my favorite pieces of advice was last year when Bertice Powers was on stage, and she said, nobody is you, and that is your power. And if you take a second and think about that, nobody is you, and that is your power. And then she went on to say, ignite your passion, discover your purpose, and step into your power. And I think that part of being part of the WomanUP movement is stepping into your power, being okay to be who you are and showing up for your unique qualities. And that really spoke to me.
Bertina is truly amazing. And I think that everybody who heard her, if you didn't hear her speak last year at the conference, we encourage you to look at our blog where we had her on the show earlier this year. So she is truly amazing and very, very inspirational. So I encourage everybody to check out Bertina Power. She is a powerhouse. Stacy, what's your favorite piece of advice?
Well, actually, I don't know if you are here in the audience. I think I saw her, Miss Deborah Trapin. I don't exactly remember where we were, but we were somewhere. And we were talking about how we inside of, when we're trying to grow our leadership skills, we've learned very easily that saying yes is important, leaning in and volunteering and looking for ways to give back. However, how many of you have ever had a case of the stretch too far, way too thin? And so you said yes to too many things. And as a result, you didn't give your very best in all the places that you showed up. And so I remember Deborah talking about, it's important, whatever it is you're going to do, whether that's volunteering for, NAR or for CAR or for your local board or for WomanUP or whatever the case may be, that you show up with a absolutely, forgive my French, well, I'll just say heck yes. Yeah, instead of just yes to everything. And so that's hard because, I don't know if any of you are listening have a hard time saying no. I suffered. I'm a recovering, don't know how to say no-aholic, but learning how to set healthy boundaries. And so Deborah, if you're listening, thank you for really being a beacon of light and leadership to help us to grow that way, because that is an important part of strengthening yourself as a leader, is learning how to be, 100% there instead of a couple percent here, a couple percent there.
Wonderful. Yes. Deborah is an absolute treasure. We are so grateful to have her and her leadership on the WomanUP family. And Pam, let's hear from you. What's your favorite piece of advice you've heard from a WomanUP speaker?
I have to share too. I just have to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the first WomanUP in 2019, I remember when Leslie Appleton Young got up on stage, and for some reason, this just hit me right between the eyes. She said, "Are you listening or are you waiting to talk?" And there was something about that was so profound for me. And literally to this day, how many years later, I paused and I'm like, what am I doing right now? And I feel like for me, that speaks so much to WomanUP, because when I am at a WomanUP conference or even meeting with these ladies outside of, the conference, I feel heard. And there's so much power in being heard, because I don't think we have that opportunity much in our world. And the other one, let's come back to our girl, Bertina, who I love and adore. And I don't know how she said this, but I read her book afterwards. And she basically said, our challenges are not here to tear us down. They are here to build us up, and they're here to empower us. And God, have I had a year of challenges like wave after wave. So thank you, Bertina. Yeah, really powerful message.
Thank you all so much for sharing. We truly have had just amazing speakers. And like I say, they are crowdsourced by the community. So thank you to our entire community for helping other people step into and find their voice, encouraging your friends, your coworkers to share their story. I see that we did just post the share your story link. Kathy Trevino, I think we'd love to have you fill that out. I saw that you would like to be a panelist one day, so we'd love for you to fill that out, and we'll get you up on our stage or into one of our weekly lives. So Donnell, what are you looking forward to most at the upcoming retreat?
I'm looking forward to relaxing, connecting, laughing, being together, and being inspired by other people's conversations and experiences.
Wonderful.
And some yoga.
Yes, yoga. Starting the day with yoga. And honestly, please do RSVP for the experiences. If you have purchased your ticket, you'll see on the IamWomanUp site, we do have limited space for some of the events. Everything is included, but we do need to, let the hotel know about certain things. So if you are planning on doing yoga, make sure that you do RSVP for that. And you can find that on the IamWomanUp.com page. Stacy, what are you looking forward to at the retreat?
So many things. Okay, so let me think. First and foremost, I want to see all of you. I genuinely want to actually have conversations with as many of you as I possibly can. And I truly mean that, because it's awesome to have our online forum to connect. There's just something about getting that hug, that eye-to-eye contact, and just relating on whatever it is that's going on. Sometimes, are we doing Brady Bunch? Pam, are you below me, beside me? I don't know where you are in the real picture, but like, I remember one time we just went on a walk together, like a little tiny walk together. And it was just like 5 minutes before a session started, and our hearts bonded, and she's one of my favorite humans now. And, that's the power of connection. And so I think more than anything, I'm looking forward to that. And also, I love capturing footage of all of the amazing moments and the women so that I can share it into the feeds and let all of you have memories that you can hold on to for the rest of your lives. So I love doing that to give back. So I'm excited to be there for all of that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Pam, what about you? What are you looking forward to at the retreat?
Playing, definitely playing. Note that I said that first. Playing with all these powerful women, and really just being in everybody's presence. I feel like it's such an honor to be in the presence of so many powerful, authentic, compassionate, inquisitive human beings.
Wonderful. And I see somebody in the chat mentioned t-shirt. I'm just going to do a little reveal here. I don't think we've announced it yet, but last year we introduced, and Stacy's modeling our event specific t-shirt. So obviously you can go onto our online shop at any time and purchase your WomanUP swag that we have. But we also last year rolled out and introduced an event specific t-shirt. And we are going to do the same thing this year. We are very excited about our graphics. We are planning on getting that up. Hopefully by the end of next week, we will have t-shirts up. We are going to, of course, have a black t-shirt, as we always do. But because of the design that we have for this year, we're going to do a special hot pink just for you, Linda, t-shirt. And that will be exclusive online order only. So we'll have more details about our t-shirts coming soon, but just a little sneak peek of what is to come, because we know how much our community loves the swag. So that's just a little sneak peek. Kathy, what are you looking forward to most at the retreat?
Well, I've got a personal exciting thing that's happening, and that I'm turning 65 on June 12th. And there is nothing more beautiful for me and monumental than to mark this as a time of a culmination of all my life experiences, which has really been how I've hit a home run in real estate for the last 25 years. Is to be good at real estate, you just need to learn how to love people and do hard things, right? I mean, that's a shortcut to what you do in real estate. And after I started at 40, I'm turning 65. I'm going to be with a community of women who celebrate life and do business well. That was a big thing for me. When I saw that, and I just said, yeah, I want to be a part of this wholeheartedly, because I'm personally entering into a stage where the giving and receiving really is synonymous. I mean, it's like that woman who I met in the hall with 3 weeks in the business. She touched my heart. She probably doesn't even remember me, and I'll take her memory with me into my eternity, right? I mean, it's just a beautiful thing to be in a reciprocal type of relationship like WomanUP offers you in this business and in this profession. And so that, the connectivity, just the free flowing ideas, insights, and dare I say, love that fills the whole rooms of what we're doing there. So yeah, I'm excited about all of it. So.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kathy. And just also a sneak peek for next week, we are doing a coffee and conversations with Leslie Appleton Young, and Kathy will be joining us again to be talking about the book that we have. Leslie selected the book, This Chair Rocks, and it's all about ageism. Yeah, and so that's going to be a fascinating conversation. We will share more information. If you don't have time to read the book, if you haven't read the book, then we can also have you watch the TED Talk. It's another way to get that information. So stay tuned next week, or join us next week as well, because that's going to be an amazing session. Okay, we are getting close to the end here. One of the things that we have done is we introduced WaveMaker dinners, and this is Stacy beautifully summed it up, but I'm going to try and steal her words. We introduced WaveMaker dinners. So on Monday night and Tuesday night, the WaveMakers are doing a no-host dinner where they are getting together 6, 8, 10, depends upon, how much demand there is, at different local restaurants. And it's a great way, if you're coming alone and you don't know anybody, to meet somebody. If you are coming with friends, it's a great way to go out and expand your circle a little bit. And so when you walk into that conference, you've got built-in friends. And as always, it's a conference. Don't sit with people you know, get out and meet the other people, because they're all amazing. Everyone in the room is amazing. But we do have our WaveMaker dinners. So Stacy, can you tell us where and when your WaveMaker dinner is?
Yeah, for sure. So I decided I'm going to do mine the very first night, Monday. So that's like the day you come in for registration and you're getting settled. That night, I'm going to host a dinner at 6:30, and I believe it's called Harney Sushi in Oceanside. So if you're a sushi lover, you want to have sushi, hit me up. I would love to save a spot for you. And I'm open to making that reservation at whatever size they will let me max it out to. I would love to include as many of you as I can, and just start off the event, just getting some buddies, right? Some new buddies to hang out with. So come join.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Stacy. Pam, what about you?
Mine is on Tuesday at 7:30. It's going to be at Deja Mara, and I have a friend who lives in Oceanside, Oside, right? That's what they call it. So she described it as Indonesian Balinese restaurant that's more Portland than SoCal, and the food is freaking amazing.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, so we would have. I'm probably going to limit it though. I'm kind of more of a cozy group kind of gal. So last year I limited it to 8, but I would love to have you join me. Yeah.
Wonderful. Kathy, what about you?
Well, I'm thinking Monday night, June 12th, which is my birthday. So that's going to be, and I'm thinking a little arcade, casual arcade in Oside. So Fat Joe's Oceanside, just a little loosey-goosey. Keep it open. And I'm going to find out a little bit more. I'm going to Google the venue to see if it's best to have 6 or 12 or whether it's just kind of a drop-in beachside thing, but something casual, something fun at 6 o'clock that night.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much, Kathy. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to come and celebrate your birthday with you.
Pick up a hamburger.
Yes, exactly. That sounds like fun. Donnell, what about you?
Well, since it happens to be Tuesday, I picked Senor Grubby's, which is they have Taco Tuesday and margarita specials.
Can never go wrong with Taco Tuesday. Although the Indonesian food sounds good too. I'm not a sushi person, so I've got choices. Oh yeah, too many choices. Okay, well, I want to thank you all for joining us. The chat has been just filled with all kinds of excitement, and welcome to our new attendees. You know, if there's any questions that you have for our WaveMakers, drop them in the chat. I haven't seen any questions yet. But if you do have questions, let us know. And to finish us out and send us off into a wonderful weekend, I'm going to ask 4 fun rapid fire questions. And we'll go Pam, Stacy, Donnell, Kathy, and answering each one of these. First question, first job.
Babysitter.
Oh, I'm not. Newspaper route. Newspaper route.
Selling flowers. Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
Selling flowers at an outdoor gazebo.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Well, Pam just reminded me my first job was babysitting, but my first job outside of the house was at a Polo Loco when I was like 14.
Very good. And look at where we are all now. I started babysitting when I was 12 too, so thank you. First concert, Pam.
Billy Joel in the
Oh,
Pittsburgh
awesome.
Stadium. Rocked it out.
David Bowie.
Nice.
Day on the Green, Beach Boys, Doobie Brothers, Eagles, Oakland Coliseum, 1970 something.
Goodness, how fun.
Primal Scream when I was into techno at that time.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, this is going to reveal a little bit more about who you are. Introvert, extrovert, ambivert.
Extrovert.
I'm an ambivert. Everyone thinks I'm an extrovert, but I'm on when I'm on. But once I run out of steam, I'm probably the most useless zombie you'll ever meet. So I'm right in the middle.
I am an extroverted introvert. I love my people, but you have to drag me out of my little cave sometimes. So
I am an introvert until I get to know you. And then once I get to know you, there's no stopping me.
I love it. I love that there are all sorts of us, and that we really do, you know, span the spectrum on introverts, extroverts, ambiverts. I know that one of the happy places at one of the previous conferences was an introvert lounge. We are proud to say that we are bringing the introvert lounge back. It is an incredibly beautiful space. It's I think it's like a robin's egg blue colored library that just is an amazing space. So we're super excited. I might have to become an introvert for the day just to enjoy that. So just wanted to share that we leave no one out when we are planning these events. Final rapid fire question, fill in the blank. WomanUP is Pam.
WomanUP is family.
oh, that's beautiful.
Stacy.
Okay. WomanUP is your community.
Love it. WomanUP is an idea whose time has come.
Love it.
WomanUP is an experience.
Yeah.
You guys are so amazing. This has been so much fun. I'm sorry that Sarah and Deborah weren't here to host, but I am always grateful to have the opportunity to share time with our community. thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I did see that somebody asked, how do you sign up? If you want to be part of our community, simply go to the WomanUP community on Facebook. If you'd like to sign up for our retreat, go to IamWomanUP.com, and we have all of the information there. Pretty much all the information about WomanUP is on IamWomanUP.com. We have information about the event. We have information on how you get signed up to come to these weekly lives. As I mentioned, next week we will have Leslie Appleton Young along with her guests, Kathy and Amy Charoux will be on the show next week. So they will be talking about This Chair Rocks. And I believe that the book link was dropped in. And so we hope to see you next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your time today. And we will see you next week. And hopefully we will see you at our event in June.
Can't
Thank you
wait.
for having us.
Wonderful
Right,
weekend.
looking forward to
wait.
it. Bye, ladies. What a-
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Let's all connect before the summer. Yay.
Yes.
Yay.